con mai can pra roใน Canada តែលើនៅស្រុកខ្មែរហើយយើងទៅបើកជាមួយក្រុមខ្ញុំជាមួយ FT Gallery and Studio Team ទៅបើក Gallery ហ្នឹងហើយយើងឥឡូវតាំងពីពណ៌ឈ្មោះ FT Sanctuary so we invited 14ជាងគំនូពីពិភពលោកមានពីច្រើនដូច Brian Bion គាត់ខ្មែរពី Canada ខ្មែរជាជិវគាត់មកស្រុកខ្មែរ3ដងរាល់ដងគាត់មកទាំងអស់គេ street artist គេគូរញ្ចាំងគូធំគេយកទៅខេត្តផ្សេងដូចនេះរូបពេលយកទៅកោះរងជាមួយគ្នាហើយនេះរូបស្វាយហើយគាត់គូនៅអាមេរិកនៅអឺរ៉ុបនៅ he went to Jamaica he paints things from our international too. The goal with this project with Factory Phnom Penh and Urban Village that we're doing this here with the community we're creating is through art. There's no boundaries. So we had people from young people coming, older people from also different places of the society. But the goal of art too is when you come here, you forget a bit what's your social class or where you're from. It's here to appreciate art, to exchange. And so that's why during the opening we had performances of many different arts because we see now some sort of a Khmer Renaissance through the art thanks to our elders who's been able to fix what's been tried to be destroyed during the Khmer Kahn. So now there's space for our generation to still recreate a certain narrative of us, what it is to be Khmer, but what it is us to be human. And that's why all these artists I invited them to my one. Who started coming because they were curious. They saw on TV or on the media because there was a good job on the media propagation of the project. But the goal is, there's a lot of big art. So it's not everybody who enters a gallery, but the fact that at Factory Phnom Penh and Urban Village here we focus on showing also big art on the walls. It's super colorful, the murals are changing. It's sort of feel that people are welcome and they feel a sense of belongings here. So then they come in and the goal is to start appreciating art which are made on smaller canvas. So it was a good reaction and the goal is just to create also an exchange, right? And just to be for kids, especially for the youth. Since Cambodia is really now 70% is around under 30, under 30 years old. The goal is to expose them because I know and then it became my job, for example. It made me travel. So I know that just from being exposed, you get to do it, or you don't necessarily need to become an artist, but it's part of society too. You need all of these things. And here it's like a neutral place when you're here to come to be inspired and exchange with people around you. So it's been a really good response since the beginning of the opening of our project here with FT Gallery and the Air Gallery with the Factory Phnom Penh and Urban Village. Vì ba tầm màu vì siêu liên hệ đang bị Covid ở siêu miền nhiềuច្រើនយើងពិបាកនៅសៀមរាបនៅបាត់ដំបងនៅខេត្តផ្សេងតែនៅពេកមានreallyច្រើនយើងជួនគេឲ្យគេបង្ហាញរូបhere so we create a community of artists to be able to support and create a community together so artists can continue to be happy is because since there's a lot of activities and different things happening at Urban Village and Factory and there's really a community that's being built. For example, we have the basketball court so basketball. So we actually have most of them are the youth. I have private collectors or business people that come and appreciate art or just art lovers. But we really have a lot of them who are really young clients that just come and discover. They don't need to understand what does it mean, but they get exposed to it. They have a good time. They take pictures, and then when they're more curious, they ask, what's the story? Like the group,บอกมันแท้มาปีในป่าคือหนึ่งแค่มีรู้ทงบอกว่าเป็นแบบเราสมัยปีชนะมน and it's like okay cool you can travel and paint or it unlocks their mind in some ways that is really subtle. That's what art does. In terms of the level of appreciation, it's really subjective, right? Something that I like a lot เป็นเกี่ยวกับการกูเรียนเช่นไม่ชนะมนเป็นจากเรื่องมอสมัยให้กูจากตรงกูกับใบกูเองnó sốc mai hay nó sốc nhộng nó Canada cái Kyong, the Khmer, how do they react to it? What I say, because we're not being exposed that much to this type of art. But what is good, since it's new, there's something that is really pure in the reaction. What is that for? What is it? Why do you do that? So, different from someone that is used to go to a lot of galleries, I like that because there's a certain purity of it and an exchange that you don't get, that is really different. Can't really be quantified which one has the most reaction. And a reaction for me is a reaction, and that's what we need. There's no bad or good reaction. But the thing is, like me when I started, who's painting on these walls? When I was a kid, it's like, who does that? Who does? And then you start questioning, and then you start to be more awake in some ways. But the people who buy it, now I'm happy. There's a lot from expat, from Khmer here too. And what is good, I saw a change during the last 3 years. Because at first I was selling more to tourist.com or investors. But now I see more and more Khmer also starting to buy and value culture. And this is one of the missions besides selling, is to put value in our culture. Us as Khmer putting value in our culture and to say, hey, we have people from all around the world. All my friends, this is the same the two that comes and they love the country. So they come back, make art that is influenced by their trip. So, and then, you know, it evolves. So Khmer like, oh right, you can, and it puts value, and then we create a certain microeconomy too. And I see more and more Khmer appreciating the art and buying the art and supporting the culture. It doesn't depend on that. This is really just my passion. I've been doing it for 8 years, creating shows, and now it just happens with this project that came with Urban Village Factory. They asked me to come and take over with the team. The goal is the artist always gets more than the gallery. Us, the money that we get is to reinvest into, now we're producing young artists, for example, to start doing murals, to enhance the place. But most of it goes to the artist. And the air gallery, most of it all goes to the artists. We just invite them and use the playground that's being offered by also Factory Pumpin and Urban Village that we manage together. So I call some friends and they come, they showcase, and they can, you know, make their own deals. And so this is how we create a sort of a microeconomy also, to say you can make a good living out of being an artist too and doing what you love. And those who bought it, so I have to check all my charts, but I have people come COVID on the view. People mean China, Malpi, Borote, and all that. So most of them we sold quite good, you know, just on the opening, a decent number. And it's all people who live here, who are not so Khmer. Mien Khmer, Mien Japan. We have a lot of different. But like I said, I see more and more Khmer buying in and supporting art and our culture, which is good. Here, the rules are always changing also. So that is what is great, this community at Urban Village Factory, and now with the FT clan from FT Gallery Studio, we're just building this platform for people to come visit and bring some, you know, shine on Cambodia and Phnom Penh as a creative hub.